Unsworth, first time cross, curls it beautifully. It's a goal for Everton, and it's Carsley. It was coming, and then the 70th minute, Everton have taken the lead. It was a poor ball from Di Canio that led to Unsworth being fed out on the left-hand side. And he hit a first-time cross in, which Carsley towered above the West Ham defence to head home and give Everton the lead. And West Ham yet again find themselves behind at home.
The single.
Unsworth drops it into penalty area. Carsley picks it up. Still Carsley. Oh, it's there. A little slice of luck, maybe. But Lee Carsley has given Everton the lead. Unsworth's free kick set alarm bells ringing in the Leicester defence, and Carsley's persistence saw the ball force home. And behind defenders well, just kept going basically. Got the lucky break, got the goal.
Bent, looking to spin, brought down, free kick, dangerous. It's Carsley, and it's a goal! Oh yes, Lee Carsley with the equaliser for Everton, with a peach of a free kick.
Gibbons got no chance because the ball comes over the wall, it's dipping into that far corner. Keeper's a mere spectator, and Everton do it yet again. We talked about his diligence and character. David Moyes is absolutely delighted with his team.
Header away by Hierro, and here's Osman. Oh, Ferguson's missed kicks, but Carsley hasn't, and it's 2-2. Everton are back level again. Ferguson made a mess initially, but Carsley was bang on target.
At the other end, Everton a chance to equalise, and they do. Lee Carsley, set up by Naismith. Well, that's how football can punish you. Stefanovic with a good opportunity to make it 2-0, but now Naismith setting up Lee Carsley for an Everton equaliser.
Here's the new signing, Marcus Bent, for Everton. The ball. Carsley tries to play a 1-2 with Gravison. Oh, that's clever. It's Carsley. They're going to get a goal here. And that's a very, very good goal indeed. Lee Carsley is the scorer for Everton.
What a magnificent goal. Marcus Bent lays it to the edge of the box. Lovely little 1-2 between Carsley and Gravison. What a ball.
Have come away with it here, and it's a good ball as well. Cahill may fall for Marcus Bent. Cahill gets back to his feet. Leon Osman back out to Lee Carsley. Well, he's deserved that. Every ounce of that he's deserved, because he's had a fantastic game. Brought into the game to keep Steven Gerrard quiet, and who'd have thought he'd be a goal hero. 22 minutes remain of this game, and Lee Carsley could have won it for the Blues.
The first time Everton have really zipped the ball about, and it's paid dividends. Lovely ball from Lescott. Johnson was waiting, Vaughan was waiting, but Carsley got in front and got there first. And that's the finish of a top centre forward.
I close both blinds and turn away. Sometimes solutions aren't so simple. Sometimes goodbye's the only way. Oh, and the sun will set for you. The sun will set for you. And the shadow
Carsley.
of the day
Lee Carsley!
Just away from Gavin Wood's despairing right arm.
Still a couple of minutes remaining here. Carsley has it back for Everton. Plays it in neatly to young Vaughan.
Carsley fancied this one. Oh, he certainly did fancy it, all right. And Everton have the edge in the cup tie.
Carsley.
Sometimes beginnings are so simple. Sometimes goodbye's the only way. Oh, and the sun
Ball into the game to keep Stevens going quiet.
set for
And who'd have thought he'd be a goal hero? 22 minutes remain in this game. And Lee Carsley could have won it for the Blues.
set for you. And the shadow of the day
Carsley.
is the golden ray. And the sun will set
Johnson nicked it out for Carsley. Space out wide for an each of it.
and the shadow of the day will embrace the golden ray. And the sun will set for you.
Carsley tries to play a 1-2 with Graham. Oh, that's clever. It's Carsley, they're going to get a goal. And that's a very, very good goal indeed. Lee Carsley is the scorer for Everton. Carsley! For Marcus Ben, Cahill gets back to his feet, Leon Osman. Back out to Lee Carsley! Well, he's deserved that. Every ounce of that he's deserved because he's had a fantastic game.
And the sun will set for you. You
fantastic game. Brought into the game to give Steven Gerrard quiet. And who'd have thought he'd be a goal hero? 23 minutes remain of this game, and Lee Carsley could have won it for the Blues.
A warm welcome when you come back here, which is nice.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the game today. It's been my first game of the season that I've been back for, so obviously been watching a lot of the games at home and doing a few of the Sky games as well. So it's been an interesting season.
Still look out for our results, don't you?
Oh, definitely. Yeah, I mean it's definitely still mine and my family's club, so it's a club close to my heart.
What do you recall of actually joining Everton? How did that come about? Can you remember?
Well, I think we were in a funny position. Coventry had just been relegated. There was 2-3 occasions in my career before joining Everton where I had the chance to join, and it just didn't quite happen. And then Coventry getting relegated and needing the money, and obviously Everton needing a defensive midfielder. It was a good match. It was maybe 4 or 5 years in the making, and then finally the move come about.
Good football man, Walter, wasn't he?
He was, yeah. It was unfortunate that I think I only maybe played 2-3 games under him before he went, and I think there was maybe a lot more going on off the pitch than people knew about. So both Walter and Michael Dunford, who I was with at Derby beforehand, both good football people that I'm proud to have met them.
When David Moyes took over, we were staring into the abyss a little bit. We were in trouble, weren't we? No two ways about it.
Yeah, definitely. And I think from a personal point of view, I was unsure about whether I'd done the right thing with the move. I'd signed on loan to rush the transfer through. So, I had 1 or 2 conversations with Coventry with regards going back and maybe not pushing it through, because I just weren't sure how it was going to go. I was at a time where I needed some stability as well in my career with the World Cup on the horizon as well. It was important that I was playing and that I was doing well, and obviously a new manager coming in and shuffling the squad around, and I think I started the first 4 or 5 games playing right wing, which obviously I think
that's how desperate we were.
I was right wing and Unzi was left wing, and so there weren't a lot of attacking, but it was obviously a decision that turned out to be a great one.
One question I'd like to ask the experienced players that were at Everton at the time is, when did you first become aware that there was a young boy called Wayne Rooney very quickly making his way through the academy ranks? I think
it was maybe after 3 or 4 months. I used to spend a lot of time at Belfield in the afternoons. Myself, Tim Cahill, Kev Kilban, people like this, we'd play head tennis, and it was at a time when we were on the same training ground, so we'd get the schoolboys as they were then, and the academy every now and then would come in, and talking to the likes of Neil Dewsnip, he'd say, you need to have a look at this lad here, he's a bit special. And it weren't long before then that Wayne was training with the first team, so it was good to be part of that, and obviously seeing the way he's progressed and the way he's matured, and obviously what he's doing now, it was good to be part of that.
And again, the ex-players who I speak to, nobody's surprised that young boy is breaking all sorts of records for club and country.
Definitely, yeah. I think I remember being on the coach. We were on our way to Man United and to playing a midweek game, and Wayne was sat at the back behind me and Kev Campbell. He said he'll be at Man United one day, and I was like, I didn't see that. I couldn't see. I couldn't see him leaving Everton, knowing that I drove past his house 1,000 times, and he'd see the Everton stuff in his bedroom window, so I couldn't see him ever leaving, and I'm sure at some point he'll be back. But the way what he's done for Man United and England is testament to himself and his family.
You said there that you'd stay behind of an afternoon and watch the young players going through their paces. Yeah. Was it around about then that you thought about coaching as a post-playing option? Yeah,
definitely. I think I always knew that when I retired that I wanted to go down the coaching route, something that I was always interested in. The development side of it especially, spending a lot of time in the afternoons as well with Andy Holden and the under-21s as it was then, seeing him develop the likes of Hibbo and Ozzy and Chaddy and the amount of players that were coming through. It was it was good to see how much strength in depth that they had, and it's unusual now. Now I see a lot of academies how strong the Everton youth teams are, and the players that they've got in the system. There's definitely something different about players from Merseyside.
What are you up to these days, Lee?
I'm assisting Adi Boothroyd with the England under-19, so it's a part-time role which gives me plenty of time during the week to go around different clubs and see different styles of coaching, different games at all levels, 18s, 21s. Looking the fact that we've got Ryan Ledson, John Joe, Kenny, Callum Connolly, so we've got some good lads from Everton in the system, and it's good to see how they're progressing and keeping an eye on them.
Just on the international scene, it's terrific for the Euros that the Irish will be there because, as you know only too well, they do enjoy themselves.
Definitely, yeah. I think it's the Irish fans are renowned for travelling in thousands and taking over stadiums wherever they go out throughout the world. I remember in 2002 in South Korea, there was thousands and thousands of Irish fans, yeah, even there. So, the fact that it's in Europe won't mean any different. There'll be thousands travelling throughout.
Do you think Seamus and James McCarthy will be certain starters?
I hope so. Yeah, if they keep fit, I would imagine so. I mean, James has struggled with his fitness with the Republic of Ireland, but any time that a player like that's fit and available, he's got to play. I've been really impressed with James McCarthy, as I have with Seamus as well. They're both top players.
Some story that, isn't it? Seamus Coleman, young lad from Killybegs, playing for Sligo, and then next minute he's representing his country on just about the biggest stage of the lot.
Definitely, yeah. I mean, it was he's had some journey. I was at Birmingham at the time, just before I retired, when Seamus come for a week's trial, and he was one of the best trialists that I'd ever seen, and I couldn't believe that Birmingham didn't sign him. And a few weeks later, I got a phone call off David Moyes saying, "Did you see much of this lad?" I was like, "Yeah, he's a good player," and obviously Everton had signed him, so it weren't much of a gamble, that one.
He's got a bit of everything, hasn't he?
He has, yeah, he has. He's probably better known for his attacking play. I think if he can just tighten up that defensive side of his game, I think it helps as well with whoever plays in front of him. I've noticed the last couple of games that Aaron Lennon's played there, who's a typical British kind of winger that works hard and works up and down. I think they've got a nice partnership at the minute.
Everton just seem to be edging in the right direction now, don't they?
Yeah, I think it's been a frustrating kind of season when you look at the state, I won't say the state of the Premier League, but the condition that the Premier League's in at the minute, where it's almost like anyone could, given that run of form. You look at Leicester, the way that they've just ground out, being consistent all season. When you consider the amount of points that we've dropped in later stages of the game when we're winning, that's a frustrating bit.
Just finally, you're still in touch with a few people from down at Finch Farm?
Yeah, I'm seeing. I'm with Tony today. Tony Sage down in the. We're having a bit of dinner together. Obviously, I've tried to step away from Jimmy Martin, but he keeps ringing and texting me. So that's unfortunate. But you can't have it all, can you? But now I'll try and keep in touch with as many of the lads as I can.
He was a great lad to work with at Everton, Lee Carsley, and he's still a smashing guy, isn't he?
He is. I've met Cars a few times, to be honest with you, and he comes across as a guy I'd have loved to have been in my dressing room.
You need players like him, don't you? Players who are not afraid to do the dirty job, shall we say?
Yeah, I mean, you need a fine balance in your side, don't you? I mean, you need your goal scorers, you need your creators, but certainly Cars was somebody you could, hang your hat on as being that man in midfield who would win the ball, give it simply. And he pitched in with a few goals as well, and something I'll always be jealous of, somebody who scored against the Reds.
You came close though, didn't you? Remember you hit the bar from about half a mile out, didn't you?
Yeah, that was unfortunate, at Anfield, cut in from the left and bent one, and it hit the sort of the crossbar on the post, but, Cars has got that one on me.
You played with a few Lee Carsley type players though, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. I mean, springs to mind. I mean, we talk about the dogs of war, and I think Cars would have certainly fitted into that. Joe Parkinson, John Eberl, Barry Horn, those kind of players. I think Lee was of a similar ilk. Talented as well, but you never ever forget how good these players are. It's not just the fact that they get about the pitch and they tackle and then they do the simple things. That in itself is a skill, to recognise, to do things simply once you've won the ball back.
The technical ability can often be overlooked in players like that, but at the end of the day, these boys are professional footballers playing at the top level, the best league in Europe.
That's right, and he played 198 games for us and numerous more games for other clubs as well. So, you know, he was always fit. You know, he was strong. He was robust. I mean, he knew the game inside out, and as the years went by, he used his experience very.
Everton have come away with it here, and it's a good ball as well. Cahill may fall for Marcus Bent. Cahill gets back to his feet. Leon Osman back out to Lee Carsley. Well, he's deserved that. Every ounce of that he's deserved, because he's had a fantastic game. Brought into the game to keep Steven Gerrard quiet, and who'd have thought he'd be a goal hero. 22 minutes remain of this game, and Lee Carsley could have won it for the Blues.